Well, for me, I'm going to say that's a good point. Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. It's time for another review of another Oxford game. Today the Yellows travel down to Priestfield to take on Gillingham. Straight into the team news, and it's really bad news for Oxford. The injury concerns just mount up and mount up, don't they? Another key player out injured. This time it's Matty Taylor. You know what I've said about scoring goals, and now our main striker has gone down injured. Thankfully it's only for 3 weeks, but we're still going to badly miss Taylor during that time. It does mean that there are 2 changes from the side that drew 0-0 against Ipswich Town. Mackie comes back in for Taylor, and Mark Sykes comes in for Marcus Brown. Will this be a day that Mackie gets a goal? Will it be a day that he contributes something to the side? I know I've been ragging on him a lot lately, but I really would love to see it. I'm not against him at all. I do like the guy, he's just not contributing at the moment. Please prove me wrong today. League table's a little bit deceptive in this one. You see Gillingham down in 14th, Oxford are up in 5th, but there is only 6 points separating the side, and indeed Gillingham are on a good unbeaten run. I think it's 7 games since they've lost a game. I don't think they've lost a game since November, so this is going to be a hard match. You know it's going to be tricky. They're very, very good at home. Steve Evans, always a delight to play against him, and obviously they've got some really good players themselves. The likes of Brandon Hanlon, Olly Lee, and if you look on the bench you can see Alex Jakubiak, ex-Oxford player. Well, he was on loan for us for a bit. Scored against us last year when he was at Bristol Rovers. Oh, I have a bad feeling, he might do something bad again. In terms of Oxford, with Taylor out, where are we going to get goals? We also don't have Henry. We also don't have Brannigan. So the goal threat really has to come through Fosu, you would say. He scored 9 goals. He hasn't scored in a while, and he looks a little bit down on confidence. We need something from someone. Anybody can score, and Oxford can get a win today. It wasn't a win this afternoon, but I would say that I think that is a good point, and I certainly would have taken a point before the start of the game. It did finish. Gillingham 1, Oxford United 1. On a beautiful day down in Kent, it wasn't much of a spectacle to start with. Very turgid, very hard, a lot of play in midfield, not a lot of chances. That was until the 16th minute when Oxford took the lead. It needed something brilliant to score, and generally Oxford do need something brilliant to score, and it came from Tariqe Fosu. I'm sure we've seen this goal before from him. He picks the ball up on the left-hand side, he does a couple of step-overs, he creates some space for himself, gets to the edge of the box and just curls it in the far corner. It's a wonderful finish. Oxford hadn't really been in the game up to that point, but now they had something to hold on to, something to defend, and Gillingham had to come on to us a little bit more. So the game carried on with not a lot of quality. Gillingham did look a threat, certainly from set pieces and from the threat of a long throw. Oxford looking quite dangerous on the break with the pace they had, with the likes of Nathan Holland, Fosu, who with the goal looked a lot more confident. But there was not much more else to speak about. Oxford did go in 1-0 leading at half-time, but somehow you know this is going to be a bit of a battle in the second half. I just want to say one thing quickly. With Carl Robinson in one dugout and Steve Evans in the other, I really feel sorry for the referee reffing this one. You know you're just going to take a volley of abuse. So as the second half started, it was Gillingham who were in the ascendancy for the large parts. They didn't create a lot, but the pressure was certainly growing on Oxford, but they were holding firm. Our defence is pretty solid, but unfortunately it was undone. Gorin, the unfortunate one who gave away the penalty, a foul on Hanlon, and that led Olly Lee to step up, sent Eastwood the wrong way, and it was 1-1. But still, plenty of time for Oxford to get a winner like we did against AFC Wimbledon. The game really ebbed and flowed from here. Oxford made a change with Adji coming on for Mackie. Good to see Dan Adji coming on. I think this was a really good sub actually. Adds a bit of pace. Oxford were going to be looking to play balls in behind, and his pace could certainly cause a few problems, well hopefully anyway. Oxford needed Eastwood to be at his best on the 63rd minute to keep Gillingham out. It was a fine save, but Oxford was still looking a threat on the break. First a shot from Holland, which was well blocked, and then from that resulting corner, Ruffles had a deflected header which went off the top of the bar, and the game was really on a knife edge. It really could have gone either way. I wouldn't say there were late chances, but there was late pressure from either side with a lot of corners and free kicks. As we know, familiar story, we don't seem to be able to convert those chances anymore. I think we had to rely on a goal line clearance from Baptiste at one point, and there were a few scrambles in the box, but nothing doing, no more goals in this one. It came away with a 1-1 draw. I would say both sides would probably be a little bit disappointed with that. Both sides probably felt they could have won. Probably maybe a little bit more Gillingham than Oxford. However, I would probably say 1-1 draw, fair result for both sides. I've given Oxford criticism for not being ruthless enough and not creating enough chances. Well, not creating chances, but not sticking them away lately. However, I must say defensively and generally the way we battle as a team has been impressive this season. We don't seem to make any game easy for an opposition, and barring a blip of a half against Rotherham where we conceded 3 goals, we generally seem to be up for the fight in every game. We generally seem to compete well in every game. And that back line of Massinio and Dickey, which I thought would be a bit of a weakness for Oxford at the start of the season, is certainly one of our major strengths. We do not concede many goals, and generally as a team, Carl Robinson sets Oxford up to defend really well. So we're not at our best, but we do take a 1-1 draw away from this one. I think there's a lot of sides that drop points today. There only seems to be Rotherham who keeps it on their winning form, winning run going. There's League 2 fixtures on Tuesday night, but Oxford are not playing. They're on their Bury bye week. And then it's a free hit, a nice game against Newcastle away next Saturday. That should be a really enjoyable one before we're back in league action the following week. Hopefully by that time, some of the injuries would have healed up, and maybe even we've got another striker through the door. League 1 is exceptionally tight, so you really don't want to fall away from the pack, although a couple of good wins just shoot you up the table. So Oxford are really in the hunt this season. It's going to be tight going into the run-in. This was, as I said before, and I'll say again, this was a decent point against a good Gillingham side. That'll do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this video a like. And if you like the content on the channel, think about subscribing. And also hit that notify bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I will be back very soon for another review. And remember, if you're looking for detailed football analysis, you're probably in the wrong place.